Would you rather me ask you questions or?
Yeah, you just ask me questions and I'll answer whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Truthfully, 100%.
I didn't think you would.
Yeah.
I asked you about your first tattoo. It's pretty amazing. Which one was that?
That would be the flaming skull right here.
And you get this one here, flaming skull. I said looked like Ghost Rider, Skeletor. That's just. Let's just wait for this. That's just one of many paintings, pictures that you have on your body. What do all these mean to you?
Like for the crossbones and the crosses that I got, that was done through Fox News 31 and Freaky's Tattoo Shop. And each one I got, they donated $1,000 in cancer research for kids. And I got 22 of them done.
So
they
yourself
donated $22,000 in cancer research for kids for each one of these I got in my name.
Where are the other ones? Do you have any on your back too?
I have a couple on my side.
Okay. Oh, you've got real estate on your back for more. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we'll save that for later.
It was after 22 of them. That was
yeah.
And 18 hours of him tattooing. He had a pretty heavy hand, so I might get most of them on my legs.
Yeah, 22. That's incredible. 22. What did they say when you came with all that money?
I didn't. Freaky's donated it in my name, so it was like all done over the phone and stuff. It was just they were getting people that wanted to walk up off the street.
You had to be the highest money collector.
Actually, a lady got 34. She got 34 of the cancer ribbons.
And you were 21 of them?
21. I got 21. So.
Okay.
Hey, could you step on that corner? Maybe could you move over here?
Sorry. David, what inspired you to help kids cancer research like that?
Okay, well, there's a couple reasons. I helped my grandmother take care of my grandfather, who was, when I was born, they immediately took my mom to prison, and my grandmother raised me the first 7 years of my life. That's the only reason, because of Mary Sal Valentine, that I have any goodness left inside my heart and any compassion whatsoever. So, and then she died herself of lung and bone cancer, and I took care of her to the day she died. That's one reason. Another reason is you're asking about what all this means. Some of it's political, most of it's penitentiary, which is a very political place, and I was in the USP, United States Penitentiary, Florence, Colorado. And I've done a lot of bad things I'm not proud of, but I served my time and got out. But I figured, and I mean, it was a good thing to do, because kids going through that is a shit show, man, and it's not right. And it's like, we know that these pharmaceutical companies that are just, they have blinded us with their commercials, and I mean, it's ridiculous when we as Americans, we're arresting our senior citizens coming back over the Canadian border because they can get all their medications for $1,000 over there, where just maybe one of their meds might cost $1,000 copay. And we're arresting them, throwing them in federal prison because they can't afford them. Come on, man, that's not right. So I figured doing that, if I can help a young life to come and grow up and have a life, then, I did what God's obviously kept me here for, because I've had more lives than a cat, right here. Wow. This was from the middle of my chest all the way around to the middle of my back. 18, they cut out my third rib.
Right here?
Yep, all the way around. Ooh, wow. Feel right here. They cut out my third rib to gain access to that. Basically, I had gotten an infection from sleeping out on the street. Just bad. It was a bad alley I was sleeping in, something toxic. And I got an abscess on my spinal cord, and it got around, it was about as long as a banana, 2 bananas, and it wrapped around T1, T2, T3, L3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. And they said they took like a spoon type object and literally scraped out those discs. And the doctor, when I woke up in ICU, the doctor was beside my bed crying, and he told me, he goes, you need to figure out why God's got you here in this world and get to doing it, because you just ruined 38 years of my life. And I'm like, I got a respirator in, and I'm like, really? You just hacked on me for 18 and a half hours, now you're going to give me a lecture? And I'm like, he's like, because I've been playing God for 38 years. And now you just made me change my whole belief. He believes in God. He turned his life over to Christianity. And I didn't know a lot of our medical field doesn't believe in God, because they do. They think they're performing miracles, And,
It's so interesting. It's funny. We had this crazy conversation 2 days ago on 16th Street Mall, and two guys, very different, but I agree too. We all thought that God was the ultimate scientist,
absolutely,
actually.
absolutely.
And it's crazy for a man to think that he figured it out.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So why do you think you survived then? Like, your body, in addition to the tattoos, like, you also let me feel this side of your body, which had ribs stepped in too on.
Yeah,
Like,
stomped in.
you've had so many injuries. Like,
yeah, well, and when I was at my friend's house, we were gambling, playing Mad in 2012. They cut my index finger off.
What?
Yeah, they cut my index finger off.
While you're playing Madden?
No, we were playing Madden gambling, and he sold a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
And they kicked in the door, and they broke my jaw twice on this side, knocked out 12 of my teeth, broke 13 more. I've been through 8 oral surgeries. This is just a couple of years ago. And been through 8 oral surgeries just to get where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get me to tell them where the dope was, and I couldn't tell them because I didn't know. I didn't ask him that type of shit. He was a friend. I went over and gambled. Like, hey, I bet you $100 this touchdown right here. It's just money. It's a tool to get what you need, And the guys, I'm laughing. He's like, and he pulls his knife out. He grabbed my hand. He's like, cabrón, you tell me, ¿dónde estás esa feria and the coca todo? And I'm laughing. I'm like, it's not my house. I don't know. My teeth were broken. My jaw was broken. I was out of my head. And he took that knife. And all I remember is I screamed like a little bitch and fade to black. I woke up in the hospital at Swedish, cuffed to the bed and chained to the bed. Immediately, I had 2 detectives on me. Fuck, I don't know, But, hey, Sam, if you see this, buddy, I love you, man. It's way to hold up. Man, stood up in court, 18 years old, got 2 natural life sentences with the feds, and told him I had no idea of his criminal enterprise, what he was doing. So,
he did good. He kept it.
Held his mud.
Yeah.
I love you, brother. So.
Did I remember correctly? You said you're 48 years old?
Yeah.
And
going on 19.
Man, I love your energy. So, you said the doctor thought after he changed his life view that you must be here for a reason.
Right.
You've already told us you've given a part of your body to be the leading fundraiser for children's cancer research. That's
not
incredible.
the leading, but a contender.
Well, but what do you think is your purpose here?
Honestly, I truly believe that my purpose is just maybe like go along and give my testimony and just play it out as the path God's laid out for me. I mean, I'm in the process of getting housing. This will be God willing, I won't have to be out here this winter, but I've done everything I could do possible. I've gotten the lottery. I've got a 16 to Life program. They're going to, if I could find housing for, I think it's $1,100 or less, then I'd have an apartment. I just got to give my counselor that information, and then I can try to build again. I mean, I do have a pretty good resume. I love to cook, and I can do everything a sous chef can do. I just don't have the fancy certificate,
Yeah.
But Duffy's, I was working at Duffy's for 8 years straight. Downtown, they're closed now. But my purpose, just like talking to you guys, maybe. I used to go through Project Safe, and I'd go once a month and talk to kids that were like, if they didn't straighten up, their next step was going to be scared straight.
Yeah.
So I was like the step before that. So hopefully if I could shock them.
Yeah.
And then I volunteered 640 hours in 1 month of my time to a church. And I was going full-hearted, doing my discipleship classes and everything. And my mentor of the church, which was, I'm not going to say any names, but if you see this, you know who you are. And he was an old biker, and I thought he had straightened up, been to prison, been through a similar life as me. And I thought he had straightened up, turned his life over to God 100%. And just out of the blue, he pulled me aside and asked me if I could score him some meth. And it just crushed me, man. I threw my Bible out in the street.
Right.
It became physical between me and him. The hands were thrown. We were both put out of the church. Can't go back. And it just really for a minute there, I was wrong because I turned my back on God. God's never turned his back on me, you know. So, but I'm through that and got through that, you know.
Do you
And,
feel you're right with God
oh,
now?
I know I am.
Okay.
I know I am. Me and Dad are good. I talk to Dad every morning, every night, you know.
I think I need to find Dad.
Yeah,
Someplace. But,
yeah. Well, you know, meditation helps.
How do you meditate?
You know? How do I meditate?
Yeah.
I sit down.
Is it prayer or the meditation?
No, I meditate.
Okay.
I sit down with my back against a wall or a tree, usually about midday, or early in the morning when the sun's rising. Like I said, with my back against the wall, because that's just my sense of security. And then I'll have my hands up on my knees, you know, I'll do like that. And I let the sun hit me, and I pull the energy off to the sun, and I try to give it back. Try to get it back and just envision a good place, which I don't have too many, but I do have a couple. And once I hit that good place, then I can drown out all the traffic and everything. And the best way to explain it is like, I'm like, where I've gotten to the point in my meditation is where I'm up there and I'm ready to take that leap and fly. But I'm not quite there yet, but I'm right there. I'm almost there. It's just like, I got to get my breathing. Where you breathe in, and I don't know, everybody's different, but I breathe in, do a pause for 4, breathe out, pause for 4, breathe in, and it's like I'm trying to get that where my adrenaline gets pumping, because I mean, I'm like right there on the edge, and I know I can fly, but man, that's a long drop if I can't, you know. So, and the way it was explained to me is I have something that I need to work out, and you know, so. But my caseworker, Terry, she's great, man. She's a great mentor. She taught me a lot in acupuncture. For anybody that's trying to get off any hard drugs or anything, marijuana and acupuncture allowed me to kick an 18-year heroin addiction.
Are you clean now?
Yes, I've been clean for 10 years, man.
Do you do anything?
I smoke marijuana.
Okay, that's cool. And then with alcohol?
Nothing.
Amazing.
Nothing.
That's one thing.
That's another reason I'm getting my housing is because I've given New Age clean for a year straight. I've kept a phone, I've kept in contact, I've made all my appointments, I've done everything I can do. You know, now it's in their hands.
I'm going to be rooting hard for David.
Yeah, I'm rooting hard for him. Hopefully I know God is, you know, my baby sister. And I'd like to get some stability and some clarity because it's been about 20-something years since I've been able to go home. And I just want to go to my mom's grave, you know, and just put closure to that.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, dude.
Yeah,
Thank you.